So, hello everyone, here I am with today's The Hindu editorial of 6 September 2021. Let us have a quick glance over the vocabulary words. Now, first one is tiding, that means news or information. Second is quadrennial, that means recurring every 4 years. So, this can be used for Olympics, which occurs every 4 years. Unlike the elections in India, which occur every 5 years. Next is exemplary, that means serving as a desirable model or very good. So, somebody whom you think is your inspiration, you can call them as exemplary. Next is turf, it means grass in the surface layer of earth held together by its root. So, this picture depicts the same. So turf is basically the upper layer of grass that is called turf. Innate, that means natural. Next is skepticism, that means doubt as to the truth of something. So you doubt the genuinity or the truth of something, that's called skepticism. Next is contingent, that is subject to chance. So that is something that happens by chance is called contingent. Next is vicissitude, that means a change of circumstance or fortune, typically one that is unwelcome or unpleasant. So it basically means that there's a change in circumstance or fortune, it should be or here, or fortune, and that is unwelcomed or unpleasant. Next is effervescent, that means enthusiastic or giving off bubble, that is fizzy basically. Next is splendor, that means magnificent and splendid appearance. So something that looks too eye-catching from physical aspects, that can be called as splendor. So the today's editorial is read as true metal. That means India needs to develop infrastructure and improve access for differently able athletes. So, by reading the heading itself, I'm sure you have got what this article is about. So, this article is about the Paralympics of 2020, which is being held in 2021, that is currently due to the COVID-19. And here we can witness that they have won 19 medals in total. So here it's saying that, and this is the highest in the history of Olympics or Paralympics won by India. So here it's saying that the Olympians or the athletes that had participated in the Paralympics have performed so good, and more number of athletes or more number of people might think of participating in the Olympics. So that's why we need to develop infrastructure and improve access to differently abled athletes. So this gives an opportunity to the government, to the citizens of India, to build more or give more space to the differently abled people to develop themselves and show their abilities. India saw another fortnight of good tidings in sport from Tokyo, close on the heels of recent Olympics there, in which India claimed an overall tally of 7 medals, inclusive of a lone gold. The country's differently abled athletes extended this tale of excellence into the Paralympics game. So it's saying that a fortnight, that is 2 weeks, have passed since the Olympics ended, and there India was able to secure 7 medals, and with only one goal, that was won by Neeraj Chopra in javelin throw. And but this Paralympic has extended this 7 medal by adding 19 more to it. The quadrennial event, which concluded at the Japanese capital on Sunday, witnessed an exemplary show by these athletes representing 2.2% of India's population who are differently abled. So here it's saying that this quadrennial event, that means this Olympic which occurs every 4 years, has ended in the Japanese city. That this was Tokyo Olympics. So this has ended in the capital of Japan, that is in Tokyo. And in this, the differently able have performed outstanding and have represented the 2.2% people who are differently abled in India on the worldwide platform. India finished 24th in the table with 19 medals that featured 5 golds, 8 silvers, and 6 bronze. So, in this, India finished at 24th position with 5 gold, silver that consisted of 8 silver and 6 bronze. This was India's finest outing at Paralympics and eclipsed the previous best of 4 medals at the Rio de Janeiro edition in 2016. So this was the best performance of India in Paralympics, beating the last year's or the last Paralympics record that was of winning 4 medals at Rio de Janeiro 2016 Olympics. In a nation where sporting culture is sacrificed at the altar of academic excellence, any news about success on the turf has to be treated as a semi altering result. The challenges for the differently abled are tougher, considering the body's limitations that these athletes first cope with through sheer willpower and then their secondary task of overcoming society's innate skepticism. So, here it's saying that India is a country where education is given prior uh, value or priority in comparison to sports. So here it's saying that we need to change this culture and treat both of them equal and give them equal importance. And so these differently able people first have to get through this, and then uh, they have to face other challenges as well, such as they have to uh, have that willpower and sheer determination, and then they have to get through their body limitations, that is to go beyond what their body limits to. And then the third is the society's thinking and their continuous poking them, that is continuously making them feel as if they are too uh, weak or too or they are disabled. So they have to cope through these all things. So here the word skepticism means a change sorry doubt as to the truth of something. So the continuous doubting of the society on the disabled people, or differently abled people rather say, about what they can do, they have to overcome that as well. A simple access audit of India's urban building would reveal how even a ramp essential for differently abled is either missing or added as an afterthought. In 2016, an audit initiated by government agencies did not find a single building that was completely accessible to differently abled. So here it's saying that a simple task such as building a ramp, like differently able people who cannot walk cannot uh, climb through stairs, so they need a ramp. So building a ramp is also a very normal thing and should be done in order for the differently able people to get through. But you would see this ramp in only very few places, and that also that has been built after a second thought. So this wasn't their priority in their mind. And in 2016, there was an audit that was initiated by the government, and it concluded that there are no building or no government buildings that are totally for differently abled people. Seen in that context, what India's Paralympic contingent achieved is mind boggling. So, here it's saying that looking at these infrastructure liabilities in India for these for the differently abled, what these Paralympians have achieved at the Olympics, that's just mind boggling. So boggling is basically astonished, so that's very astonishing. This was a leap of faith mounted on endless hours of grounds and inside gymnasiums while sharpening muscle memory. So it is saying this is the result of endless hours that these Paralympians have spent inside the gyms and building their or refining their abilities and their memories, muscle memory. The Indian contingent reflected life vicissitudes with athletes having personal stories steeped in tragedy, accidents, polio afflictions, or genetic issues. So here, vicissitudes is basically a change in circumstance which is mostly unfortunate. So these Olympians have different stories or different vicissitudes. Some have lost their limbs or are differently abled because of some accident. Others are due to polio afflictions or genetic issues. Yet they strove towards excellence with an effort effervescent smile in place. Be it athletics, where javelin throwers are toast of the month, or badminton or shooting, India had its moment of splendor. So, but despite all of this, what has happened in their lives, we can see a broad smile that's there on their faces, and that's not a fake one. And even if you look in the field of javelin, where Neeraj Chopra has done extremely well and won the gold, even in Paralympics, they have won gold in javelin throw. And be it from badminton to shooting, India has had it moments of splendor. That means India received all the joy and all the uh, happiness that they had to from this Paralympics by winning so many medals. The five gold medalists Sumit Antil, Pramod Bhagat, Krishna Nagar, Manish Narwal, and Avni Lekhara led from the front, and the last named 19-year-old shooter who also won a bronze. So here it's saying that these were the gold medalists, and Avni Lekhara, she's a 19-year-old girl, and she also won a bronze as well as a gold, and becoming the first Indian woman to won more than or multi medals at the same Olympics. India drew a blank in shooting at the preceding Olympics, but the differently abled added 5 medals. So here it's saying, although in the Olympics that was held, we had lots of expectations from Atanu Das or Deepika Kumari, but we received no medals. But here we have got 5 medals, and they are also. But these differently abled people have, or Olympians, have added 5 medals in that tally. The coaches, the Paralympic Committee of India, and Sports Ministry played their part while India excelled in championship held in the shadow of pandemic. So these coaches, Paralympic committees, and Sports Ministry played their parts to support these champions uh, champions even in the times of pandemic. Since its first medal in 1972 Paralympics, India was a marginal presence until now. A reflexive to rewards exercise is on from various governments and the corporate sector. So here it's saying in 1972 we won the first gold medal at Paralympics, and since then this is the first time when we have won so many medals, and that's why until now India was at the margin and was not in the top lists. If a percentage of those riches are allocated to improve sports infrastructure for the differently abled, India will have more reasons for cheer in the coming years. So now these rewards are now that they have done such a great performance as a reflex action, more corporates and government offices or government corporates are going to look into this matter and for the differently able people and improve their situation and infrastructure and everything for them. And this is going to improve the India or the situation of India in the coming years, and this is going to be in a positive sense. So now let us have a quick glance over the gold medalist. First one is Krishna Nagar in badminton. Krishna Nagar in badminton, Pramod Bhagat badminton, Manish Narwal in shooting, Avni Lekhara shooting, Sumit Untitled javelin throw, gold. Suhas Yathiraj, Praveen Kumar in high jump, he's in badminton, Bhavani Patel table tennis, Yogesh Khatunia discus throw, Nishad Kumar high jump, Devendra Jahajia javelin throw, Mariappa Thanguluvu high jump, Singraj Andana shooting. Adana. Manoj Sarkar badminton, this is for bronze. Harvind Singh archery, Singraj Adana shooting, Sundar Singh Gurjar javelin throw, Sharad Kumar high jump, Avni Lekhara shooting. So she became the first woman to win double medals at the Olympics. Now let us look at some facts. So in 1984, Joginder Singh Bedi won silver at the men's shot put and followed it up with a pair of bronze winning performance in the discus and javelin throw. Thus, Joginder became the first multi-medalist Paralympian from India. So he is Joginder Singh and he became the first multi-medalist Paralympian of India. So, and before that, in 1792, India won its gold medal, and this was by Murlikant Petkar in freestyle shooting, and he is that person. Next is in 2016, Deepa Malik. She won the first gold medal. In 2016, Deepa Malik won the first medal for India as a female athlete or female Olympian, and in 2020 saw India's best ever medal haul with a total of 19 medals, 5 gold, 8 silver and 6 bronze. This result was better than the medal haul of 12 medals of all previous Paralympics appearances combined. So this is very interesting that this time we have got 19 medals in total, which is more than the combination or the sum of all the medals that we have got since the beginning of Paralympics. That is, we have got 12 medals before this and in the total, and this time we have just crossed all of it by getting 19 of them. Shooter Avni Lekhara won 2 medals, gold in 10-meter air rifle and bronze in 50-meter rifle, 3 positions as such. Thus, she became the first Indian woman to win an individual gold medal and first woman multi-medalist. So she became the first one to get a gold and the first one to get multi medals. And at the same time, in this very Olympics, shooter Singraj Adhana also won 2 medals, silver in 50-meter pistol and bronze in 10-meter air pistol categories. So he also won 2 medals in this season. And so here you can see that already they have got 4 medals, and look at this. So Manish Narwal also got gold in shooting. So thus we have 5 medals in shooting in total. So that was the article that was there today, and thank you.